Okay. So, like I said, I'm Lindsay Myers. Megan and Jasmin will be joining me tonight. So just let me mute everyone real quick. Okay. So that we don't have any background noise. Anyway, this is the Why I Coach call. This is one of my most favorite calls because everyone is so different. There's no like cookie cutter coach. We're all different. We're all shapes. All of our shapes are different. All of our sizes are different. We all have had different experiences in life. We have someone here that are pregnant, someone here that, don't have kids, some that are older, and it's awesome. I love it. So I like to hear everyone's little stories about how they got started in with Beachbody and how they started coaching and yeah, just where it's taking them in life. So let me share my screen. And we will get started. Okay. And I apologize. Hey, Elsie, I need you to go out, please. I have kids and my husband's not here. So 1 second and we'll get started. Okay, sorry. Kids, mom life. And this is why I like coaching. Anyway, so I'm Lindsay and I got started with Beachbody when I first had my first daughter, and she was about 2 months old, and I was ready to lose the baby weight. And I had talked to my sister. She had told me about PIO, which is, Chalene Johnson's workout video. And she gave me this link for like some Chinese website I bought off of a Chinese website. It took like 4 weeks to get here. And I'm like, oh, well, that's cool because I'm getting it cheaper, and ended up not actually getting it cheaper. But I had never heard of Beachbody before. And I fell in love with PIO. And then my sister was talking about Shakeology, and she's like, oh, well, you should get on Shakeology because, it'll help you lose all this baby weight. So I'm like, okay. So she hooked me up with my coach, Ashley. And that's how I got started with Beachbody. And then once I actually became a coach, I understood, what Shakeology was and the meal replacement and how there was many, many workout programs and not just PIO, and I didn't have to buy it off of some random Chinese website. So that's how I got started. And then after PIO, I did the 21-day fix. And then I ended up doing hammer and chisel. And this was my transformation from my hammer and chisel. And it was an incredible, let me see if I can move that. There we go. It was an incredible transformation. And I'm like, holy cow, I can't believe that, I can actually get in this kind of shape. Like I didn't realize that I would be able to do that. Like I always just thought it was the people that were super into fitness because I'd never been into fitness before. I danced in high school, but I'd never lifted weights. I've honestly never picked up a dumbbell until I started Beachbody. And then I ended up getting pregnant once I got in the best shape of my life, because that's what happens. And I got pregnant with my second baby, and the transformation down in the corner on the left was after I had her, and just this last February. And, that was like a year exactly. And obviously you can see my postpartum belly and all the baby weight from the second baby until now. And now I have abs, and it's crazy, and I love it. And that's what I'm addicted to, is the results. Like I have a lot of people ask me, how do you keep motivated and how do you keep doing this? And for me, it's the results, because I love that feeling and the happy endorphins and all of that. And then the bikini shoe is for 80-day obsession. Like 80-day obsession has changed my life so much. I love it. But honestly, like I coach selfishly because I love what it does for me. I love getting the results. Yeah, you can probably hear my kid crying. Sorry. I love getting the results and the gratification of helping other people on their journey. And, you know, like, I guess the main thing for me right now is everyone getting, the people that I'm helping, they're gaining so much confidence and so much self-love. And I love being part of that story. I never was, like when I first started coaching, I jumped right in and I was super into it. And then like 6 months in, I was like, oh, I'm taking so much time away from my kids and from my husband because I'm on my phone. I'm checking in with my challengers all the time. And so I backed off. And, then I came back and then I backed off again and I came back. But here I am still in 2018. I'm still here. Like, I'm obviously not a top coach, but I've changed many lives, and that's what I love about coaching. And I love the extra income that it gives me. Like, I just bought my kids a trampoline for Easter, and I used my coaching money for that. And that was so cool to not have to use my extra income my money out of my normal account. I was able to use my extra income for that. And then I've always wanted a patio set, and we just moved into a new house. And so with my last week's paycheck, I went and bought a patio set. Like, I love that I can do those little things for me and for my family, and it doesn't have to come out of our regular account. So that's super cool for me. And yeah, like I said, just selfishly, I love coaching because I like to be part of someone else's story and changing someone else's life. So I believe it's Megan that's going next. So go, girl.
Okay, can you hear me? Good. Okay, good. All right. I'm gonna try not to get too winded because I tend to just talk a lot when it comes to this. But so first off, just how I became a coach. So I've been a coach for a little over 4 years now, and it's kind of random, honestly. So I graduated from college in 2012, and then that following spring, part of my story is that I have dealt with depression for a lot of years, lots and lots of years, and never really knew how to handle it. Just pretended like I was okay, even though I really was not. And anyways, and dance. So I've been dancing since I was 3. That's what I got my degree in college, was dance. I toured on 3 different touring companies in college. Like, dance is a huge part of my life. And so being active, I didn't realize because it was always part of my life, but being active was a huge help in sort of maintaining that depression. And so when I graduated college, I moved away. I wasn't dancing anymore. I had a desk job. I was just sitting for most of my time being awake, So my depression really plummeted. I got into a really, really bad place, and I kind of started to realize that I needed to move. And so I remembered that my brother-in-law had actually given me a pirated copy of Insanity. So that was actually my first program. Again, I didn't know about Team Beachbody coaching. I didn't know anything about any of that. I just knew that I had this digital copy of Insanity, and I had done some of the moves, like in some of my dance classes, like we would do the abs or something. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But so I did Insanity from start to finish. That is still, like, I still can't believe that I did Insanity. I don't think I could ever do it again. But and that just helped me so much. And I still didn't really know. I think I had signed up because at the end of those videos, it talked about go to teambeachbody.com and get your free coach. And so I did that and got this email from someone, but I thought it was just an automated something. So I just was totally oblivious to all of this. So this was in spring of 2013. And then later that fall, I met my husband, we got engaged and all that. And throughout our engagement is when I actually got really introduced to Beachbody. So the sister of one of my my best friend from college, she reached out to me, invited me to be part of her free groups and stuff. And I loved it. I loved the support in the group and everything, And then she so I participated a lot in the groups and everything. And so she invited me to be a coach. And I was like, oh no, I'm engaged. I'm getting ready to get married. I don't have time to do that. I don't have money to do that, So I just said no. But she's just stuck there, right there with me, helped me stay on track for the wedding and everything. She was awesome. And a few months later, after we got married, she invited me again. And at this point, so silly, naive Megan thought that getting married would solve my depression. Yeah, that's not how that works. Having a man to love you doesn't automatically fix that. Yeah, clinically single me thought it would. But so here I am. I was living back in Rexburg, Idaho, where I had gotten my degree, where I had spent so much time dancing, but I wasn't a student anymore. I wasn't dancing all the time. I, again, had a desk job. I wasn't very active. I mean, my husband is amazing and he works out daily. Like, he is a gym rat. Like, he loves it. But I was not. I didn't love going to the gym. I just didn't have a passion for it. I liked to dance. I didn't want to just go to the gym and wander around and pretend like I knew what I was doing. So when my coach again invited me to look at the coaching opportunity, I watched this video that she sent me of our upline, kind of talking something kind of similar to this. And as I was watching that video, I just was like, all these pieces just clicked and made sense to me. So like, okay, yeah, sign me up. Because I knew that I wanted to, once we had kids, that I wanted to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I knew that I wanted to be able to help take the financial pressure off of my husband's shoulders while he's in school. And honestly, I just loved the feeling of the team culture that I felt from watching this call. Like, she just felt so genuine and loving and just real. And I just really, really loved that. It didn't feel like some salesy, annoying company kind of thing, So as soon as my first paycheck came in, I signed up and I just kind of went from there. So it's been 4 years. And I mean, obviously the initial reason why I wanted to become a coach, I mean, honestly, it was selfish. I knew that I needed more accountability to live a healthier life. I needed a way to manage my depression and anxiety better. I needed to eat healthier. I needed to have a reason to want to exercise. So I started off, and I mean, so I have been very off and on with it, to be very frank and honest. And so my income isn't where I thought it would be 4 years down the road. So I have had people say, well, if you're not making as much money as you thought you would, then why are you still doing this? Let me tell you why. Because I freaking love it. It is just, okay. In the past 4 years, a lot happens in 4 years, right? I have gone through some crappy stuff in my life in the last 4 years. I've gone through amazing stuff in the last 4 years. And through it all, I have had this amazing team, this amazing community to help support me and lift me up through the hard times and encourage me and help me know that I wasn't alone. And through all the good times, they were all there to celebrate with me and be excited for me. And just such a wonderful community that just meant so much to me as a stay-at-home mom. And so I have one daughter and another on the way. I am about 8.5 months large right now. And just knowing that there are other women, other people here in this amazing team has been such a huge comfort, because I am very much an introvert. I'm very much like hermit, stay home. I don't ever want to leave my house because I love being home. I love being in my leggings where no one's going to judge me. And this community, like, you guys get me. Like, these are my people. And that is seriously priceless. And honestly, I have gotten so much fulfillment through, kind of like what Lindsay was saying, like, it's kind of selfish, but I want to be able to be part of people's stories. Like, getting messages from people, having people thank me for helping them make these changes in their lives. And, like, they have quit this soda addiction, or that their mental health is so much better because they've been taking these steps that I've helped them with. Like, that is so crazy fulfilling, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you the high that I get whenever I hear someone say, oh my gosh, my life is improving and I'm so much happier. I'm so much, like, in such a better place. And thank you for helping me do that. Like, call me selfish, but that is such an amazing feeling. And another thing that I have said every time I talk about why I'm still coaching to my husband, even if I never made a dime with this business, I would be a coach forever, because my mental health. Honestly, that is a huge thing for me. My anxiety and depression has been so much more under control, almost non-existent, honestly, since I have become a coach. I went through some pretty bad postpartum depression after I had my daughter. And so that's when I really started to kick in with some of these tools that I have been given as a coach. And in that, I feel so much more capable of handling my emotions, handling my issues, and then therefore my cup is full, and then I can be such a better mother, a better wife, a better human being, a better coach, better daughter, you know. And just the confidence that has given me, I don't think I could have gotten that anywhere else, just because the tools that I've been given all in combination have just come together in such a way that I honestly don't know where I would be. Like, this is such a cliche thing, but I don't know where I would be without Beachbody in my life at this point. And then the other thing that I kind of realized the other day as to why I am glad that I'm still coaching is it's helped me realize goals that I don't know that I would have really brought together. Because yes, I'm a Beachbody coach, but I'm more than that. I am a health coach. I'm a wellness coach. I am a personal development coach. All these things kind of come together. And so I get to kind of pick and choose what I love about this company and create my own sort of brand, I guess you could say, or business in a way that excites me. And so, like, I want to become a life coach someday. I want to get certified to be a life coach. I want to get some kind of certification in nutrition. There's this thing called somatics. It's kind of like a dance therapy sort of thing that I want to get certified in. All these things that I just want to bring together. And I can do that because Beachbody has taught me how. And it's just so exciting to me, the empowerment that I have felt by being a coach and by all the tools that I have been given because I'm a coach. And just being able to pay that forward is just the best feeling in the whole wide world. And I'm just so, so, so grateful for it. And I'm so excited to be able to have a second baby again through coaching and show that, hey, you can be pregnant, you can have a baby, and you can still do this thing. And no, you don't have to be perfect because, yes, I do still eat cake. So there's that. Anyways, that is all that I had to say.
Okay, Jasmin.
Okay, can you guys see me? I'm hiding in my car, so I don't know. I can't see myself. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Should I be able to see myself? Because I can't, and it's
You're
stressing
good.
me
We can
out.
hear you and we can see you, so you're good.
Okay. So I started coaching in 2015. I mostly just signed up for the discount to start. I had just moved back from a different state, and I had just gotten out of a 3-year relationship that ended badly. And I was like 40 pounds overweight and just super unhappy, living back with my parents with 2 kids, and it was just a mess. And I went to jail at the time, and my dad is and an MMA fighter, so he's like ripped, and he tried to help me, and just nothing worked. Like, I just wasn't motivated enough to do anything. And then my coach Cassie reached out to me about 21 Day Fix, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do 21 days. So I signed up as a coach with 21 Day Fix Extreme and lost 20 pounds in the first 3 weeks, which I'm assuming is probably because I started eating healthy again. But for the first couple of years, I really didn't like actively coach. It wasn't really until I got pregnant with my last baby, who she's about 15 months, that I was like, okay, I can do this. You know, I need to make some money doing this because I don't want to go back to work after she's born. So I started really posting and doing personal development and making sure I worked out every day all throughout my pregnancy. And I got a lot of people interested that way. They thought it was cool that I was pregnant and still working out and having a healthy pregnancy and everything. And then I had her, and I kind of backed off of coaching again and just kind of let it go. And then I realized that I really needed to get it together. You know, I needed something consistent in my life, and I was getting married, and I needed to lose the baby weight. So I jumped right back into coaching and did hammer and chisel and shift shop. And then I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. So I really wasn't actively coaching. I was just mostly doing it for the discount and kind of to lose weight and get back into shape myself. And then I got pretty bad postpartum depression, but I didn't tell anybody about it. Like, I just kind of buried it. I'm not really good at expressing my emotions. I never have been. I just pretend like everything's fine and I'm strong and I can do this. But I was searching for stuff to make me happy, and I realized that, you know, I felt a lot better when I worked out. So I decided to get my personal training certification, and I felt like that would motivate me because, you know, I spent a lot of money on the schooling and stuff, and I got that done and realized that I'm probably going to make more money being a Beachbody coach than going and training people. And I want to have to work 40 hours a week training people when I could make a solid income, you know, training people online. And I feel like I get more gratification that way. So I just started doing it again. I don't know. It just made me really happy. And then I finally had to talk to my husband about, you know, the anxiety and depression I was feeling, because working out helps a lot and personal development helps a lot, but it didn't solve all my problems. So I had to go get on some medication, and that kind of messed with me because it made my appetite completely go away, and I lost a lot of weight. Like, I'm down to what I weighed before I had any of my kids, and I have 3. So my husband got a little bit worried and was like, you need to, you know, back off. I don't want you working out. I don't want you doing that. And I was like, no, I need to do that. Like, Beachbody helps me so much. Like, it just feels so much better. I just need to make myself eat. But I did kind of back off on working out for a little bit just so I, you know, wouldn't get unhealthy. But I shared my story about that and got so much feedback. Like, I couldn't believe the amount of messages and comments I've gotten from people who said, you know, you sharing that really helps me a lot. I thought that, you know, I mean, you're always so positive. Everything you post is so positive. I had no idea. Like, I even had my husband's ex-wife called me and was like, I had no idea what was going on. And I'm just really good at hiding it, I guess. But I couldn't believe, like, how much it helped me. And honestly, if I wasn't a coach, I never would have shared that. I never, like, shared that part of my life with people, but it's amazing how much it helps and, like, how it brings people to you. And it's really satisfying getting people, you know, saying, oh, you inspire me to do this, and I love seeing your posts, and I make cakes on the side, and I have a wedding cake due in a couple months. And the girl that I'm making the cake for texted me out of nowhere today and said, I just want you to know that I follow your posts on Instagram, and I'm trying to lose weight for my wedding, and you inspire me, and I'm so, like, you look so good, and you motivate me to keep going and working out even when I don't want to. And it's just a really good feeling. Like, you feel like you're really helping people. That's pretty much why I coach. I love feeling like I'm helping people. And then my kids, you know, if I ever put a tank top on my 3-year-old, he's like, oh, this is my workout shirt. I love it. And my 1-year-old goes and picks up weights and tries to squat them. And my 5-year-old, does all this stuff, and they really like to work out with me, and I feel like I'm really instilling healthy habits into them. Because my dad has worked out his whole life, like he's been super fit his whole life, but he never really included us into it or made it look like anything I ever wanted to do. And so it took me a really long time to actually get into fitness. But I feel like with coaching and, the way my kids see me doing this all the time, they really get into it. And they like to eat their vegetables now because they're so good for them. And they think they're superheroes because they see mom doing this and lifting weights, and then they can lift weights like mom. And it's just a really cool feeling. So I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you guys for your stories. I love that. I love hearing, like I said, everyone's so different, and everyone has background stories are different, and depression stories, like, and look at you now. Like, I love that. I love that so much. So let me see what's in this chat box. See if we have any little questions. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, make sure you reach out to your coach that invited you to this call, or to one of us. I mean, if you're in the Rise and Inspire group, obviously there's multiple coaches in there that are willing to help. But this is a great way for you to get Shakeology paid for. You don't have to be a coach just to do challengers and be vulnerable on Facebook and everything like that. Like, you can just be a coach for the discount, because you do get a discount on your Shakeology and, well, all of Beachbody products. So that's super cool. And then if you signed up your husband or your mom or your sister or your best friend and your best friend's sister, you get your Shakeology paid for. So that would be super cool too. So I hope everyone has a good night. Like I said, if you have any questions, message your coach that invited you to this or one of us. And we will talk with you guys later. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.